on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you so much for staying with us. I know it's International Women's Day, we're celebrating women throughout the entire week, but we have to talk about finances, we have to talk about money also, right, and opportunities that are out there for us. So we switch gears a little bit this morning and we speak with Mr. Joseph Morrison. He is the Tobago Business Manager of NEDCO, and we're going to be talking about what's happening in NEDCO. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and welcome to the viewers as well.
Right, a pleasure having you in studio with us this morning, and we look forward to this conversation this morning as we go through, as I mentioned, the opportunities that people are unaware of. So tell us a little bit, who is NEDCO and what does NEDCO do?
Right, so NEDCO is a government agency that is mandated under the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service to provide guidance and financing and grants and stuff for entrepreneurs throughout the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. NEDCO started in 2002. It was under the Ministry of Labor back then, but over the last 3 years, the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago saw it fit to move NEDCO to the Ministry of Youth Development and National Service. So there's a focus now more on the youth development. And this week, right, we are doing a lot of promotions with regard to women in entrepreneurship.
Of course, staying with the theme of celebrating the woman. What are some of the services that NEDCO provides? Is it that you do, is it a loan company? Is it do you do training, mentorship? What type of services are offered through the NEDCO?
Right, so NEDCO offers 4 main services. First of all, we offer advisory services where if you're interested in starting a business or you're already into a business and you want to develop the business, you can sit with one of our business advisors one-on-one and focus on specific areas of development that you think are important for the development of your business. Secondly, we offer training via workshops and webinars, and those workshops are online where you can log in the comfort of your home. You know, you can take a little time off from work from 9 to 3 on a one-day basis, and you log into the workshops, and there you get to interact with people all over Trinidad and Tobago on various topics like how to manage your cash, how to get involved in social media marketing, how to develop the marketing plan for your business, how to develop a business plan, right? You know, all those aspects that deal with how you develop your business. So we offer workshops, and of course we offer webinars where mentors can speak directly to you about how you want to develop your business in particular areas of interest. We have a grant that goes up to $20,000 to assist the micro entrepreneurs to get started with stock and equipment, right? And of course we have loans. Right now with our loan offering, we feature mainly a vehicle loan offering, which is 100% financing for a vehicle for the business. And we also offer a loan for persons who need stock and equipment, but they don't have any security. It's called the 1550 loan. So those loan offerings help to cover from those who have, you know, the security anywhere with all, right, down to those who don't really have the security anywhere with all to start with NEDCO.
So tell us a little bit about who is eligible. What are some of the criteria that people need to have coming into NEDCO to access the grant on one hand and the loan on the other hand?
Right. So with the grants and the loans, you must have a registered business. That's important. With the grant, it's a bit flexible because some people haven't registered as yet, but you can register along the way.
As you're going along.
Because you go onto the website www.nedco.gov.tt or www.msbgrant.com, and you can register. Even though your business is not registered as yet, you can register or apply for the grant. Right. With our loans, definitely you need to, you know, register your business either a sole trader, limited liability company, or a partnership, and we'll do a credit bureau search and that kind of thing, right? And you have your records to show that you've been in business for a while, although we do entertain startups, so persons who know going into business and you want to provide like a cash flow projection and how things will go, but you must have an in-depth understanding of what you want to do and how your business will operate. And once we got that information together, it's very easy for you to process an application with NEDCO.
So we're seeing that there are opportunities on the island to get the grant funding, because with grants, just to be clear, grants you don't have to pay back.
That's right.
But the loans you would have to pay back, and you'd have to work through that. So tell us, you said that as we were talking coming in, that there were probably special opportunities for women.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about what those opportunities are.
Right. So we have spent a lot of time training female entrepreneurs, even in how to generate the business idea, right? And in how to start the business. Young female entrepreneurs, persons who interested, they're not sure as yet if they want to commit the time and effort, but they want to understand how a business will operate and how to generate a business idea to create value in their community, right? And receive in exchange some kind of sustainable benefit to meet their goals, their financial goals. And we've also done a lot of work with persons who are established, women who are established, and they are whether into agro-processing, you name it. There are several areas, fashion, there are some areas that some women tend to gravitate to. And we've also seen where women have been going into landscaping, some of the traditional male-dominated areas. We've seen where women have been going into those areas, and we've been facilitating them by offering them the loan for the equipment or the grant, as the case may be, right? Catering is a traditional area for women, and so we have done a lot of focus on preparing them to develop their business. We've also put a lot of focus on women who want to go to the next level of export. So we've partnered with Export TT to develop the export offering and capability for women in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that sounds like, quite a balanced offering there for women. And, I do hope that, our viewers, that you will come in and maximize the opportunities that are being afforded to you where this is concerned. And I know you have an event coming up, but before we get to the event, I want to go back a little bit to the loan grant situation.
Sure.
You mentioned also that there's a loan for a car,
Yes.
A vehicle for the business.
For the business.
Does this loan apply to somebody, let's say somebody who's receiving a grant for a micro business?
Yes.
Can that person now apply for the loan for the vehicle for their business? How does that work?
The processes are separate. So the grant process is separate in terms of the channel that you would apply through. You go through www.msbgrant.com and you put in all the information, right, as to why you would like this particular loan. The grant for the business, up to $20,000. The loan application is a separate process where you come through the branch, right? Our branches are located all over Trinidad and Tobago. We have one in North, right? That's along the Queen's Park West, right? The first floor NIB building. We have the East branch in Tunapuna, the Central branch in Chaguanas, the South branch on Independence Avenue, San Fernando. Of course, the Tobago branch, which is at Glen Road Junction, right? Number 2 Glen Road Junction. In the Cipriani Labour College compound, we located there. So you can visit one of the branches, or you can call into one of the branches to start the application. We also have an online feature where you can go on to www.nedco.gov.tt and you would insert which branch you're most comfortable dealing with, right? So for Tobago viewers, it would be the Tobago branch you would enter. And the application will be going in, right? Your interest will be going into the Tobago branch, and we will call you now to follow up to talk about the requirements for the loan and that kind of thing.
Earlier on, you were talking about in terms of the support that is given to females primarily. So I know that you do a lot of mentorship and you give advice. Where do we go next from here? So you start up this business. How do you maximize the business? How do you ensure that you have marketing and all these types of things?
Yes.
How do you streamline that kind of information to ensure that everybody who applies or who's a partner, I would say, with NEDCO would benefit maximally?
Right. So from the standpoint of your individual goal, right, what you want to achieve, our business advisors will work with you to develop a business plan, right? So the business plan becomes the overarching tool that you're going to use to chart the course, right, going forward. And of course, it's malleable. It's what you will be able to change over time, right? You'll be able to make alterations to it based on the dynamics of the situation, the market that you want to operate in. And based on that, you will want to sit with our business advisor right? And they can even point you to a mentor who has been in the field before and is willing to guide you, coach you, you know, how to interact with your suppliers, you know, where to get the best prices, how to create offerings for your customers that are unique, you know, that the customers really would want to gravitate to you to get, and how to get yourself out there, right? That people know what you have to offer and come to you, you know, on a sustained basis. And that's what our mentorship program assists you with. Yeah.
Well, I know you have, you know, something coming up, right?
Yes.
And I want to talk a little bit about that, give the people the information and how they are able to benefit from what you are offering.
Right. So on Friday, we want to be at the front of the Port Mall, this same building, and we will be out under the tent there, just meeting persons who are interested in becoming entrepreneurs and providing guidance to them, you know, how to get involved with NEDCO and develop their business in the areas that we just mentioned, the loans, the grants, the business advisory services, the workshops, webinars. We'll be looking out for the younger generation who are really interested in starting a business, or they want to generate the ideas, right? So they want to look at where they can create value in their community and, you know, be reasonably compensated for it in a sustainable way. Some of them are looking at, you know, on the one hand, okay, I want to do my academic studies or my technical studies, but at the same time, I would like to go into business. So how do I balance that? You know, right? So we're going to be meeting and treating with persons in the public space to be able to give them the guidance and the tools necessary to go further with NEDCO. Because at the end of the day, NEDCO is about developing entrepreneurship in Trinidad and Tobago, and we really want to see that sector, the micro-enterprise sector up to the small sector. We want to see people grow their business to the extent where they can contribute meaningfully to the economy of Trinidad and Tobago.
Any good. So as we round up, maybe you could tell Tobago, the listening, viewing public, some of the contact information. So let's just say they can't get to the office. So give them the contact information so we could call, we could go on the websites. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Right. So we are at 821-5811. That's, you call there and someone will answer the phone to give you some directions on what you would like to do. We also on www.nedco.gov.tt. We on Facebook as well and Instagram, right? So you can just, you know, just do the general search and pull us up. Even on Google, if you want to find the branch, you just type in NEDCO Tobago and it will give you the Google directions to get to the branch, right? And of course, via email, you have the officers. We have a NEDCO_Tobago email address that it will come to the branch and we would action the email accordingly. And at my email address is jmorrison@nedco.gov.tt. Okay, so we have several avenues by which someone could reach the branch.
Well, you know, Mr. Morrison, thank you so much for joining us this morning and for giving us all of that information. And I do hope that we can maximize the opportunities, you know, tomorrow morning at the Port Mall. You could just come along, get the information and find out what is being offered there at NEDCO. Yes. Thank you so much for coming in. I do hope success, and I do hope that people do come out and that you're able to give out grants upon grants upon grants. And of course, people apply for loans as well. Yes. So the economy of Tobago could get a little boost. You know, we could continue moving in collaboration with the partners who are also on board where that is concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, were you able to guess the photo of the day? Were you able to guess the photo of the day? I'm looking on the Facebook live stream and I see Sugar Chelsea. I hope I'm pronouncing your surname correctly. Beverlette. She got it correct. That is in fact Plymouth, the Plymouth playground there. She got that correct. That photo was submitted by Kerry Walcott. Beautiful, beautiful Tobago. And before we go to the break, we have another photo for you to figure out. This one is the back in the day in Tobago, back in the day in Tobago. When we come back, of course, I mean, you must know where this is, right? We're going to figure this out as well when we come back from the break. But we're so happy that you're here with us this morning. And I'm so happy to have Dr. Faith in studio with me as my co-host this morning. Isn't she doing amazing? Send some love hearts in our comments to show how much you appreciate my co-host this morning. But in the meantime, we have to go for a short break, and as we go, we invite you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live. And up next in studio and ready to go, we have Lisa Hamilton, Acting Divisional Fire Officer. We're going to be talking about women in protective services. We'll be right back.